All right, so these problems are getting a little bit more difficult. I'm going to walk you guys through this. One thing I want you guys to have is this little cheat sheet here. I want to show you how to use this, and this tells you how many times you're going to be multiplying and dividing. All right, so how many moles of O2 are required to produce 23 grams of NO2? So again, this is what we're given, so that's what we're going to start with. So our fraction here, we're going to write 23.0 grams of NO2. All right, so that's our given. Now, taking a look at this sheet here, this little cheat sheet, we're starting off with mass of our known. This is going to be our mass of our NO2. What we're trying to find is how many moles of O2. Oxygen gas will be our unknown. So what we need to do, we're starting here at mass, and we need to end here at moles of O2 because that's what we're trying to find, moles of O2. So in order to do that, we need to go from mass of the known, so mass of NO2, to moles of NO2, and then make the switch over into moles of O2. So this is telling me that I'm going to need 3 different fractions up in my equation. So here are my 3 fractions. Mass of the known, we need to convert it into moles of the known, and then moles of the unknown. So this tells you what you're going to be writing on the top of the fraction. So mass of NO2 is on top of the first. Moles of NO2 is on top of the second. Then on top of my third fraction is going to be moles of O2 because that's our unknown. Remember, that's what we're trying to find. Now, we need to fill in the bottom of the fraction. So remember, whatever I write on the top left, I immediately write on the bottom right. So grams of NO2, grams of NO2 down there. I have moles of NO2 on the top left here. I'm going to write moles of NO2 on the bottom right there. Now, we need to fill in the numbers. So remember, we've done this before. Whenever we have moles and grams on top of each other, remember, the number 1 always goes with the moles. Now, where do I find grams of NO2? This is where you look on your periodic table and add up all those masses. Hey Google, what is the molar mass of NO2? 46.01. All right, Google told me that, but all you have to do is add them up on the periodic table. Well, nitrogen is 14, oxygen is 16. We have 2 oxygens, so that's 32. We have 1 nitrogen, so that's 14. You add these 2 together, the 14 and 32, and that's where you get your 46. Now, we have moles over moles. Where do we get the numbers there? Well, this is what we did the other day. This is when you look at your recipe. So, looking at our recipe here, here's our equation. The number 1 goes with O2 because that's the coefficient here. And for NO2, taking a look at the equation, the number 2 goes there. Now, remember, all we have to do is multiply the top numbers and then divide by the bottom numbers. So 23 basically times 1 divided by 46 times 1 divided by 2. Hey Google, what's 23 divided by 46 divided by 2? And we get 0.25. And that's what your answer is.